Hey coin lovers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something huge, the top 4 most valuable Washington quarter dollar coins you could own right now. These aren't your everyday pocket change. These rare coins are worth big money in today's auction market. We'll cover a unique intro history and background, unique features of each coin, rarity, condition, and collector demand, current market value, tips for collectors, and a powerful conclusion you don't want to miss. Let's get started. The 1982 D Washington quarter. In the right condition, this small piece of American history has become a hidden treasure in the world of coin collecting. Many people still have this coin sitting in old jars, piggy banks, or forgotten drawers, without realizing its real value. So today, we're going to explore why the 1982 D quarter is special, what makes it valuable, and how much collectors are paying for it today. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might want to start checking your own coins to understand why this coin matters. We first need to go back to the story of the Washington quarter. This famous American coin series was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of the first U.S. president, George Washington. Since then, the Washington quarter has become one of the most widely used coins in the United States. By the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of quarters every year. But something unusual happened in 1982. That year, the United States Mint stopped producing official mint sets, which meant collectors had fewer chances to obtain high-quality coins directly from the mint. Because of this decision, finding a well-preserved 1982 D quarter today has become much more difficult than many people realize. The D mint mark tells us that this coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the main U.S. minting facilities. Now let's look closely at the design and features that define the 1982 D Washington quarter. On the front obverse of the coin, you'll see the classic portrait of George Washington facing left. This iconic design was created by the sculptor John Flanagan. Important details include the word liberty at the top, the phrase "I in God we trust," the year 1982, and the small d mint mark, showing it was struck in Denver. On the reverse side, the coin features a powerful American symbol, a spread-winged eagle clutching arrows and olive branches. Other reverse details include United States of America, e pluribus unum, quarter dollar. The coin is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, which was standard for U.S. quarters after 1965. Specifications include diameter, 24.3 mm, weight, 5.67 grams, edge, reeded. While these features may seem ordinary, the condition and rarity are what makes certain examples extremely valuable. Rarity and collector demand. Now here's where things get interesting. Even though millions of 1982 D quarters were produced, very few survived in high-grade condition. Because there were no official mint sets in 1982, collectors didn't preserve many of these coins right away. Most entered everyday circulation. That means many of them became worn, scratched, or damaged over time. Collectors today are especially searching for coins graded extra fine. About uncirculated, mint state, and extra fine condition coins still shows strong details on Washington's hair and the eagle feathers, but with light, we're on the highest points. Coins in this grade are much harder to find than you might think, which increases their desirability among collectors. Current market value. Now let's talk about the big question everyone asks. How much is a 1982 D Washington quarter actually worth today? In most circulated condition, the coin is still worth about 25 cents, but in better grades, the value rises quickly. Here are typical market values. Circulated condition, 25 cents, $1, extra fine, $3, $10, about uncirculated, $10, $25, mint state examples, $50, $300, but here's the exciting part. Some high-grade mint state coins have sold at auction for over $1,000, especially when professionally graded. This proves that even a modern coin can turn into a valuable collectible when the condition is exceptional. If you want to start searching for valuable coins like this one, here are some helpful tips. Look carefully for the small d under the date. Coins with sharp details and fewer scratches are usually more valuable. Cleaning can actually destroy collector value. Use coin holders or albums to prevent damage. Some rare coins are still found in everyday circulation. Many collectors have discovered valuable coins simply by carefully checking their spare change. The 1982 D Washington quarter may look like an ordinary 25-cent coin, but as we've seen today, certain examples can be far more valuable than their face value. Because of the unusual circumstances in 1982 and the difficulty of finding coins in high-grade condition, collectors continue searching for this coin across the world. The next time you receive a quarter in change, take a moment to look at the date and mint mark. You might just be holding a small piece of American history, worth far more than you ever expected. Next up, the 1967 Washington quarter. This quarter might look ordinary. It might even look worn, scratched, and black from age. But collectors know that sometimes the most unattractive coins can hide the biggest surprises. In this video, we'll uncover the history, features, rarity, and real auction values of the 1967 quarter without a mint mark, and why collectors are still searching for it today. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might want to check every quarter in your pocket to understand the value of this coin. We need to go back to the 1960s. The Washington Quarter Series was first introduced in 1932 to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington. For decades, the coin was made from 90% silver, making it valuable not only to collectors, but also for its precious metal. However, by the mid-1960s, America faced a coin shortage crisis. People were hoarding silver coins because the silver value was rising. To fix this problem, the United States Mint made a huge decision in 1965. They removed silver from circulating quarters and replaced it with a copper-nickel clad composition. Another important change happened at the same time. Between 1965 and 1967, the Mint removed mint marks entirely from coins to discourage collectors from hoarding them. That means every quarter from 1967 has no mint mark, even though it may have been produced in different mints. This makes the 1967 Washington quarter a unique coin from a very unusual period in American coin history. Now let's talk about what makes this coin special. On the obverse front of the coin, you'll see the iconic portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. Key details include the word liberty at the top, the motto "In God We Trust," the date 1967, and importantly, you will not find any mint mark. On the reverse side, the design shows the famous American eagle. Features include a powerful eagle with wings spread, arrows in its claws symbolizing strength, olive branches representing peace. The words United States of America and quarter are the coin's composition is outer layer, copper-nickel inner core, pure copper. This layered design replaced the older silver quarters starting in 1965. Now here's where things get interesting. The 1967 Washington quarter had a very large mintage. Over 1.5 billion coins were produced. At first glance, it might not seem rare, but rarity in coin collecting doesn't only depend on mintage. It also depends on condition, errors, and unusual appearances. For example, many 1967 quarters today appear dark or black from oxidation, worn down from circulation, scratched or damaged. Collectors sometimes call these ugly coins. But surprisingly, certain ugly-looking coins can actually attract attention because they show unique toning or rare mint errors. Collectors especially search for double die errors, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, unusual toning, or color. These features can turn an ordinary quarter into a highly valuable collectible. Let's talk about real numbers. A normal circulated 1967 Washington quarter usually sells for around $130,000, but when the coin is in uncirculated condition, the price can jump to $285,000. Now here's where things get exciting. High-grade certified coins graded MS67 or higher by companies like Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company have sold for $45,000 to $55,000 at auction, and rare error versions can sometimes sell for even more depending on the mistake. That means a simple quarter could be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. If you want to find a valuable 1967 quarter, here are some important tips. Many valuable coins are still hiding in everyday circulation. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, off-center designs, or unusual marks. Coins with sharp details and little wear are worth far more. Some dark or rainbow-toned coins can be desirable to collectors. If you think your coin is rare, Sending it to grading companies like PCGS or NGC can confirm its value. So the next time you see a dark, scratched, or ugly quarter from 1967, don't ignore it. That coin could be a hidden treasure from one of the most interesting periods in American coin history. The 1967 Washington quarter without mint mark proves that sometimes value isn't about beauty. Sometimes the most ordinary looking coin can turn into an extraordinary discovery. Next up, write long or big narrative millionaire style script for YouTube video about United States Washington quarter $1,968 without mint mark in black ugly condition rare coin today action market big value in dollar value, in which you have to cover these topics. Unique intro history and background, unique all features of the coin, rarity and condition for collector demand, current market value in dollars, tips for collector conclusion. Here is a long narrative millionaire style YouTube script for your coin video about the 1968 Washington quarter without mint mark. You can use it for a 8 to 10 minute video. The shocking value of a 1968 Washington quarter. Could this ugly coin be worth thousands? Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out an old, dark, ugly coin, a coin that looks almost worthless. Most people would spend it without thinking twice. But what if that small, ordinary quarter was secretly worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Today we're talking about a mysterious and surprisingly valuable coin, the 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark. Many collectors overlook this coin because of its rough, blackened appearance. But in the right condition and with the right characteristics, this small piece of American history could be worth far more than its 25-cent face value. So before you spend your quarters, watch this video carefully, because one of them might change your life. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The coin was designed by sculptor John Flanagan, whose portrait of Washington became one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. For many years, these quarters were made from 90% silver, but everything changed in 1965 when the rising price of silver forced the United States Mint to remove silver from circulating coins. Starting in 1965, quarters were made from a copper-nickel clad composition. By 1968, production had stabilized again, and mint marks returned to coins after a short break in the mid-1960s. Most 1968 quarters were struck in Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. But occasionally, collectors discover a 1968 quarter with no mint mark at all. And that's where the mystery begins. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 1968 Washington quarter. On the front of the coin you'll see a left-facing portrait of George Washington, the word liberty at the top, the motto "I in God we trust," the year 1968 at the bottom normally. The mint mark appears just above the date on the right side. But in this rare variation, no mint mark appears at all. On the reverse side, you'll find a powerful American eagle with wings spread, arrows symbolizing strength, olive branches representing peace. The inscriptions United States of America and quarter to the design represents American power, unity, and national pride. Many collectors ignore coins that look dark, dirty, or blackened, but sometimes that ugly appearance is caused by natural toning or decades of oxidation. These changes happen when a coin reacts with the environment over many years. In the world of coin collecting, this can actually make a coin more interesting and desirable, especially if the coin has original surfaces, natural aging, no cleaning damage. Sometimes the ugliest coin tells the most fascinating story. The truth is, most 1968 quarters are very common. Millions were produced by the United States Mint. However, coins without mint marks attract attention because they can indicate minting errors, unusual die production, or rare transitional issues. Collectors love coins that are different from the normal production. When a coin appears unusual, especially from the late 1960s, collectors begin asking questions. And when collectors become curious, prices can rise quickly. How much could a 1968 Washington quarter without mint mark actually be worth? The value depends heavily on condition and rarity. Circulated condition, $1, $1.10. Dark or heavily toned coins, $10, $1.50. High-grade collector condition, $100, $500. Rare error varieties or exceptional specimens, $1,000 or more. Some rare Washington quarters from this era have sold at major auctions run by companies like Heritage Auctions for impressive amounts when collectors compete to own them. Remember, the rarest coins are often discovered by accident. If you want to search for valuable quarters like this, here are a few important tips. Look carefully near the date on the coin. A missing mint mark can sometimes indicate an unusual piece. Cleaning can destroy a coin's value instantly. Collectors prefer natural surfaces, even if they look dark or ugly. Use a magnifying glass to search for double strikes, die cracks, missing letters, unusual textures. Mint errors can multiply a coin's value. Use coin holders or capsules to protect them from air and moisture. Good storage preserves value. Before selling a coin, research its value or show it to a professional coin dealer. You might be holding something extremely rare. The 1968 Washington quarter without mint mark may look like just another old coin. Dark, worn, and easy to ignore. But sometimes, hidden among ordinary pocket change, there are coins that collectors dream about. A small difference, a missing mint mark, or unusual toning, can transform a simple quarter into a valuable collectible. The next time you see an old quarter, especially one that looks ugly or strange, take a second.
Next up, we are diving into one such fascinating piece, the United States 1972 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark, preserved in beautiful extra-fine condition. At first glance it may look like a normal dollar, but in the collector's market this coin carries a powerful reputation and a growing demand that continues to attract attention from investors and numismatists alike. The journey of this coin begins in the early 1970s when the United States wanted to honor one of its most influential presidents, Dwight D. Eisenhower, the World War II general who later became the 34th President of the United States. Following his passing in 1969, the United States Mint introduced the Eisenhower dollar in 1971 as a tribute to his leadership and service. The coin also celebrated America's achievements in space exploration, linking the nation's past leadership with its bold future among the stars. By 1972, the Eisenhower dollar had become a symbol not only of national pride but also of the era's technological optimism and cultural transformation. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar is its impressive design and large size, which immediately captures attention. The obverse side features a strong portrait of President Eisenhower facing left, a design created by U.S. Mint engraver Frank Gasparo. Above the portrait appears the word "Liberty," while the motto, "In God We Trust," rests just beside the profile. The date 1972 sits clearly at the bottom, marking the coin's place in American history. Because this particular coin carries no mint mark, it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not include a mint mark during that period. Turning the coin over reveals one of the most dramatic reverse designs ever used on a U.S. circulating coin. The image shows a majestic eagle landing on the surface of the moon while clutching an olive branch, symbolizing peace. This design was inspired by the historic Apollo 11 moon landing, the mission that first placed humans on the lunar surface in 1969. Above the eagle appears the motto, E Pluribus Unum, while the Earth can be seen rising in the distance beyond the moon's horizon. Surrounding the design are the words, United States of America, and $1, completing a reverse that perfectly blends patriotism with scientific achievement. Collectors are especially interested in the 1972 Eisenhower dollar because this year produced several different varieties, some of which are significantly rarer than others. Even in circulated conditions the coin attracts attention, but when preserved in extra fine condition it becomes far more appealing to serious collectors. In extra fine grade, most of the coin's original details remain visible. Eisenhower's hair strands are clearly defined, the lettering remains sharp, and the eagle on the reverse still displays strong feather detail. Coins in this condition demonstrate both age and preservation, creating the perfect balance that collectors appreciate. Demand for the 1972 Eisenhower dollar continues to grow because it represents the last era of large circulating U.S. dollar coins before smaller designs became common. Many collectors enjoy assembling complete Eisenhower dollar sets, and high-quality examples from 1972 are essential pieces of those collections. Because millions were originally produced, many coins experienced heavy circulation, meaning well-preserved examples are becoming more desirable as time passes. Each year, the number of attractive extra fine coins available on the market becomes smaller, increasing collector competition. In today's coin auction market, a 1972 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark in extra fine condition can carry a respectable premium above its original face value. Depending on eye appeal, detail quality, and the specific variety, collectors often value these coins anywhere from around $183,000 or more. Exceptional pieces with particularly strong surfaces or collector interest can sometimes command even higher prices in specialized auctions. What makes this coin exciting is that its value potential continues to grow as interest in classic American coinage expands among new generations of collectors. For collectors hoping to find one of these fascinating coins, knowledge and patience are powerful tools. Searching through old coin collections, inherited coin jars, or vintage bank rolls can sometimes reveal hidden Eisenhower dollars waiting to be rediscovered. Careful handling is also important because maintaining the coin's surface quality helps protect its collectible value. Many experienced collectors store their coins in protective holders to preserve the beautiful details that make the coin attractive in extra fine condition. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark stands today as more than just a piece of metal currency. It represents leadership, innovation, and a remarkable moment in American history when humanity reached the moon and honored a great national figure. For collectors, investors, and history lovers alike, this coin continues to shine as a powerful symbol of the past and a promising collectible for the future. Sometimes the most extraordinary treasures are hiding in the most ordinary places, and a single dollar coin could hold a story worth far more than its face value.